This is a Virginia. The lower leaves are the wrappers and the inner are the oily ones at the top. I think you call them lajeros. I keep forgetting all the Spanish names for it. This is about 4 months old now. It's been in the humidor. It is smoking really, really well. The drawer is very, very loose. I do a circle cut with a tube because I just like the way it draws. The sun has finally come out at 3:30 in the afternoon. It's been raining now for 2 days and it's been so black you'd think it was night time. Right, anyway, I'll show you where I'm up to on my plants. These are the top Virginia leaves, which I'm going to use for fillers because they're the most oily, or blends for pipes. So I've picked all the bottom leaves of all of my burley plants. I've got seed slowly coming on now. It's about 3 months late. The weather has not been good. So basically one frost and these are lost. So yeah, I hope they go yellow soon because these are the oily leaves. Look how juicy these ones are. Good Lord. And yet all the others don't look like that. It's a real mongrel. Because these are supposed to be burleys and they all grew the same, but these ones here just grew different, wrinkly, and they're very thick leaves too and oily, so I'm quite interested to see how they ferment. This has been burning perfectly. Thank you to Pirate Cove Cigars for teaching me how to do the intubado and the wrapping, because you've made life so much easier for me. I was constantly getting it wrong. Chili plants, so basically nightshades, all nightshades, and all of these plants produce alkaloids, the same as chili plants and things like that. So yeah, wish me luck that I get all of these things processed and dried, because I've just run out of wood, which means I can't heat the house inside. So once they get below 15 degrees Celsius, they set green. So yeah, Marlborough is just the wrong place to be growing tobacco. So just to show you my setup, here is the Fermenter fridge. It's covered in rugs. The STC 1000 power regulator is working really, really well. I'm up to day 6 now. It's holding at 55 degrees. Before I moved it towards the fire, it was losing 5 degrees every 3 minutes and turning itself back on again. At the moment it is holding temperature and turning the bulb on every probably 10 to 15 minutes just because of the radiation that's coming from the fire. So I got my chair set up here so that I can get to the fire because I'm on crutches most of the time. So up here I've got my leaves curing. These leaves are 2 weeks old. These ones here are about 2 months old. And the wonderful thing for people that are thinking, oh, you know, I'm drying leaves so I can smoke them, that's not how it works. You don't just dry leaves. You need to give them a very, very slow death. And this one here, as you can see, has a green stem, and yet it is probably 2.5 months old. So they all die at different rates. So just like making cheese or curing or smoking or whatever, don't try and do things in a hurry. The slower you can make these leaves die, the better they will be. So for the tiny little lahiro leaves that grow at the top of the plants, instead of hanging them up here, I'm pressing them between layers of newspaper, and they're coming up quite well, slowly dying. Smells nice, very nice. So yeah, you can, for all the lahiro leaves, you don't have to sew them and bunch them up and try and make stop it from drying out too fast. Put them between newspaper and it will slowly take away the moisture and also keep out oxygen, because oxygen will give you mold. I keep forgetting I'm supposed to be documenting this, not just showing people the results afterwards. So all these plants have been primed. These are all burleys. This one here is a Hauraki Gold. So I'm taking the leaves like this off. This one I might take off, but I think I'll just leave it another couple of days. This one's getting torn up by the wind. See how they're turning? This one here. So this one here, this is coming off because it's showing signs of curing. And the sugar and the nitrogen, the nitrogen's converting to sugar again. I think it helps keep the plant alive during winter if it makes a lot of sugar and then stores it. So I've got these seeds. And this one here, nice and dry. I'm waiting for some of these to cure, the seeds I mean, so that I can hurry up and send them to a friend. So anyway, I've got these leaves here. I'm going to put them on a hook because I'm running out of firewood, which basically means I need to get them inside curing now, so that when it comes time to curing I haven't run out of firewood. So there we go. Put them inside, hang them on hooks. Well, we've got the fire cranking, got the fermenter fermenting. I have no idea why, but this camera on the new phone shows all this as green. And I've heard comments from other people that say that their camera is showing the leaves to be green as well. These are brown. These ones here, they're slowly dying. The ends are getting crispy. None of it's set green so far. Some of it is awfully close. So what I've got to do is I've got to spray some water on everything that looks a little bit too dry, because I want a slow death, and if this sets green it is completely useless. So this here feels leathery, which tells me I've got to spray it with water. So these are green, these ones, and these are some that I've just picked that I recorded previously. So these ones here, I've got to keep them nice and moist, even though I've got the fire going. It's the beginning of winter, and the last thing you want in your house is moisture. So controlling it is hard, but as soon as it starts drying and looking a little bit green, you've got like less than an hour to spray it down. Otherwise it'll set that way. And if your fire goes out in the middle of the night and it gets to 15 degrees, it'll set green too, which is what happened to this one. You can see it's all bendy. but it's set green anyway. So yeah, I'm trying to rescue as much as I can, separate out all the green ones eventually, so they will become garbage. And these ones here, I'm going to nurse them like a baby. So this is Virginia, short fella. It's been binded and wrapped with Virginia that has also been dry cured, then fermented, and then stoved. Stoving is a technique that they use for pipe tobacco. When you get to 70 degrees, the enzymes break down, which means it stops curing. So first you do the drying and curing by hanging it, then you do the fermenting, and that gets rid of the nitrates and releases the ammonia. And then if you want to go a step further for pipe tobacco, you up the temperature from about 65 to about 70 and hold it there for probably 5 days, and it will become darker like chocolate. But then you have to case it and keep it and age it in jars, because the enzymes are basically been broken down at high temperatures. So for cigars, you cure them, then ferment them, but you don't go as far as stoving. So this is a short filler. It's burning pretty well. Circle cut in the end, that's what I use, a sharp tube, piece of straw, sharpen the edges, stab it into a cork so I can use it as a cutter. These burn really, really well. Super smooth. All the nitrogen's gone. After rolling, it's been aged for 3 months in a humidor, so it is smooth. It smells like leather. It has picked up the wood from the Spanish cedar. I can smell that. It smells a little bit like pine, but more like tea tree oil. It's a very interesting smell. It took me a while to get used to it, but once it gets into the cigars and then dry out a bit, it's a really, really good flavour. Short filler is a little bit looser. It's got a lot more air going through it, so you can puff on it a bit harder. Ones that have got tight intubado, you want to puff on them slow, because there's a tendency when you're smoking them to overheat them by drawing too much, and then you'll get sideburn, and that is user error. It's very rarely a construction of the cigar problem. So that's short filler, and yet it's burning really well. Well, I'm up to day 6 with the fermenter. So every day what I do is I go through, rehydrate the towel that is sitting at the bottom. So I don't need a hydration device or anything like that. I just put a wet towel at the bottom. Holy crap. Whew, that is hot. And then I put just like a tin foil reflector over the towel so that the light gets reflected up. So at the bottom, to avoid scorching, because this bulb gets above critical temperature of 70 degrees, so I need a lower wattage bulb. Basically, if you think that you need a heat bulb and you're going to have a high power bulb and it's going to heat really quickly, yes, it is. it's going to heat really quickly over a very short amount of time. So it's going to scorch your leaves. So the way I'm getting around this is putting all the wrapper leaves inside jars so they can't get scorched because the moisture inside, as you can see. So what I need to do is I need to get rid of that moisture, otherwise I'm going to grow mold. So I have got 1 coffee and vanilla smoked Cavendish pipe tobacco. I've got another jar that's got moisture inside, which means I need to open the jar. These ones too, I need to open them. So all I'm going to do is pop the tops and let them dry out a little bit. This tobacco here is perfect. It is leathery but damp. So I just move the peel on around a little bit, keep the moisture inside. And every day I check it, and if I need water, in this case I do, even though these jars are sweating. And then I'm going to open these jars and let even more moisture inside. So as you can see from here, there's moisture build up. And moisture build up here, which is great. It's not dry, it's just that moisture tries to find the coldest part of the fridge to condense. So yeah, everything's going absolutely perfect. So all I'm going to do now is leave the jars open, close this very quickly to keep the moisture in, and I'm going to leave it for another day, and then I'm going to put the lids back on. Tell you what, at the moment this house smells amazing because I've had this steam coming out, and I've got these leaves here drying. My living room at the moment smells like beautiful fresh cigars. It's absolutely divine, and it's all coming from this groovy little fridge and a 70 or 5 watt light bulb. So when you're curing tobacco, it's not like when you know, I'll give it a bit of a spray now and then I'll come back in 2 days. Basically, I can see everything that's happening on this tobacco just from sitting on my couch, watching television. And if you can't get off your ass and just give it a bit of a spray, just to stop things from drying out, you deserve to lose it.